Hello, everyone. Thank you for being here. Welcome to the family. My name is Julie Saillant. If you don't know who I am a intuitive healer. I am a seer, a channeler, a shaman, a medicine woman, and I welcome you to my channel. I am going to help you tonight by doing a channeling for you. The way that I work is I work with life path numbers. I don't work with your zodiac sign. This is for life path number 2. And what I will do is I've already brought in all my team and I have gotten, I'm going to get a download for you. So the first thing I'll do is I will read a download from God, Spirit, the universe, whatever you want to call it. And then I will read a little bit about you and your characteristics, because every life path number has characteristics, attributes, and a shadow side. And then I've got some cards here. I'm not a card reader, but I have animal spirit cards, which help me because the animals always want to help with the attributes that you do not have right now. Somebody's having a hard time speaking out on who they are. This is why I was fine before I started. I just took a drink and now I'm having a hard time speaking. Pardon me. And I also was prompted to pull some Work Your Light Oracle cards. They wanted me to take 3 of these, so I have these as well. So I haven't looked at them, so I don't know what they say. This is just the way it works. And so what we will do is, before I start, let's give you just a little bit of housekeeping. Thank you for being here. First of all, please do like, subscribe, and share and comment. I respond to every single comment. And I'm growing my channel, so I'd appreciate it if you would definitely subscribe. And if you would like a reading, whether it be a personal reading for yourself or a loved one or an animal reading, there are links below in the description box, as well as a donation. If you want to donate, there's a link to my PayPal. And I also do have a really cool 4-week Phoenix Rising that I am working through with a couple of different clients. And I'd love it if you'd like to check it out and be a client as well. That'd be awesome. And basically what we're doing is we are in 4 weeks, we are finding out what your gifts are, finding out how to leverage them, meaning how to use them, because finding them and using them is 2 different things, right? And then we're taking aligned action and we're finding your soul's purpose within 4 weeks. So it's super fun. There's always homework. You have access to me all the time. And if you want to join, the information is below as well. So please do check that out. Okay, so what I'm going to do is let me first read off the channeling that I have for you. Now, I've been getting channelings for the last 2.5 years. And when Spirit asked me to start doing this type of work, you may or may not know, if this is your first video with me, you don't know, but it took me 2 years to finally say yes, because I was so in my own way. I was so worried about what other people would think of me, and they wouldn't understand me, and I didn't have enough whatever, right? And Spirit just said, listen, this isn't about you, right? I'm going to channel through you. Like, they're going to see me. And I was like, oh, that makes it so much easier for me. So part of what I do is I just read a little bit in the beginning, and it's always, always relevant. And this one actually is from my angel Jedediah, and he is my angel. And this is what he said. Your hesitation to do God's request is due still to your fear of being judged and your self-worth being low. These are untruths. You are God's child, and he loves you just as you are. You are more than worthy. This message and the many that will come after it are what is deeply needed in your world right now. Do this and many good things will follow. Remember, when you are scared to speak the light language to channel, I speak light language to channel to help people remove negative energy that they're holding that keeps them stuck. And then I bring in Spirit's light through that light language, which is speaking in tongues, which I received in church, actually. And I was scared to do it. The first time I was so scared to do it. But for a lot of us, especially life paths too, we're very sensitive, like I am. A lot of your gifts will come under pressure, where you'll have to reach for them, and they need to be there for you. Like, it won't be like, oh, let me just do this on the side when nobody's around. It's going to be like, no, I'm going to do this in front of people, and they probably paid to see me do this, and I'm going to have to reach, and they better be there. And I'm scared. And you know what? They were there every single time. And now it's like clockwork, like anything else, right? Now it is easy, and so it will be with this next task you and I both know you can do. Start tomorrow. This was your soul's agreement, and you must fulfill this agreement. By fully stepping out, you will finally be seen for the gifted healer you are. Now, this is not about me. This is about you. This was what Jedediah said to me a year ago when God was asking me, I want you to go on and show yourself, and I'm going to speak through you. I'm going to channel through you. And I was like, okay, I do this for clients. I do this, I can do this for animals. I do this all the time, but to do it on camera was scary to me. And he was like, just get out of your own way. Like, you're just being silly. And I was like, well, how's this going to work? How's this going to work? How's this going to work? He's like, don't worry about the how. I got the how. And now I do it. And I just know it'll be there. And I know it's going to be awesome. And I have no idea what he's going to say ever, but it's always helpful, usually. So this is a collective reading. Okay. I hope it resonates with you. If it doesn't, hopefully the next one will, but it is a collective reading. Okay. Let's just give you a little bit, just in case you never saw any of my other videos, of the life path number 2, which is you are very sensitive. Welcome to my world, people. You are serious individuals that want to see the world beautiful. You love to work with a team or partner, but not alone. You are one of the most empathic numbers, okay? You feel things deeply for yourself, for others as well. You're very intuitive and caring. You're a visionary by nature. You're very loyal, and you get hurt easily due to others not caring. And welcome to my world as a Master 11. I am very intuitive, empathic, HSP. Everything I take seriously and I take to heart. And I have had to learn to disentangle myself, and that everything's not about you, Julie, right? But it's hard when you feel everything. Your sole purpose is to bring peace to the planet. You have a nurturing and peaceful soul, always trying to bring peace to all. Your shadow lies in the codependency of your relationship. And what is it you are looking for, right? That's the question you have to ask yourself. You may feel like your life is meaningless if you are not in a relationship, and you may be too needy and too controlling, okay? The advice is to spend time alone to focus on you. Your amazing powers of diplomacy will help you achieve almost anything you want, okay? Your other shadow lies in passivity. You're overly sensitive and easily hurt, and you're uncertain in your decisions. You are a team player. You're an expert at diplomacy. You have an amazing with details, and you see the best in all. So you are a very sensitive being. You are here to change the world and make it more beautiful. Thank God for you. Thank God. Because right now, we're in a pandemic and it's been going on for a while, but we need beauty. We need things to look at, to smell, to flowers. We need beauty. Like, I respond to beauty a lot. Like, in my house, around me, even textures in clothing. You guys have to experience that too, I'm sure of it. Textures in clothing, the older I get, like this is a cashmere sweater, right? Things that are very comfy. They just, they're important to me. But the way also colors around the house, there's certain things that I'll stay away from if they're too like noisy. I'm very noise sensitive, but I'm just sensitive at everything. Like, it needs to be comforting to me, or else I'm kind of not like interested. And if it's rough and gravelly, I'm like, out, I'm out. But your shadow side lies in your codependency of your relationship. You may feel as though life is meaningless if you're not in a relationship, because you feel like you need someone to validate you. I felt that way my entire life. It's only, I'm telling you guys, within the last maybe month and a half, I've started to learn about self-love and how important it is for you to love yourself. I know that sounds silly maybe to some of you, but I'll tell you, the reason why it's so important is because you vibrate out into the world wherever you are. So if you're always in envy, frustration, and anger, that's what you're vibrating out. That's what you're projecting. That's what the world sees and hears. And that's what the universe hears. And the universe says, oh, okay, number 2, you want more frustration? Let me send you some more of that, right? Versus when you love yourself and you have gratitude for everything around you, you're vibrating at a much higher level, and you're happy and you have joy and abundance and love and all that good stuff. And then the universe says, oh, number two, you've got so much love coming out, like you're projecting love, you're projecting happiness. You want more of that? Let me give that to you. That's exactly how it works. It's very, don't overcomplicate it. That's exactly how it works. So I always thought self-love was something I didn't have to work on, and it was okay if I treated myself like crap. The things I say to myself, I wouldn't say to another living being, right? But guess what? It's super important. And so how can you do that? You're saying to yourself, I don't even like myself. Well, start by saying, I like one thing about myself. I like my hair. Maybe my hair's okay. Maybe I like my eyes. People always say I have nice eyes. I like my eyes. Okay, I'll go with that today. I like my eyes. And every day you say one thing. It's a process. Because if you can't go from hating yourself to loving yourself in a swoop, like it doesn't work like that. But if you do one thing a day, eventually you're going to start, yeah, I'm looking pretty good. I kind of like myself, right? I'm okay. And then you get to start to actually love yourself for your gifts. It's not ego. It's you just loving who you are and the things that you can do for others, right? You guys are very serious individuals, like I am. You need to have more fun in your life. I can tell you that right now without even channeling in, because your balance will be off if all you do is work. And you also are serious, and that means that you take things super to heart, right? So somebody could say something off the cuff, and they'll think nothing of it, and you'll take that and hold it. And then 3 weeks later, you're still thinking about it. And they're like, they don't even know what you're talking about. They're like, what are you talking about? You're like, remember when you said blah, 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 blah? I'm still thinking about that. And they're like, I forgot about that, like right when I said it. So my advice to you would be to try to not take things seriously, because not everything is about you. Yes, you feel it. I get it. You feel it. But there's a difference between, if you can understand the difference between you can feel it for a second, but that you have to let it go, right? The secret of being a channeler, the secret of being an empathic person or an HSP is that you must learn not to take on other people's burdens, right? So you have the gift of being able to go into a room and feel people's emotions, thoughts. Depending on how deep you are, you can even feel their pain. But that doesn't mean that you need to take the next step and take their pain, because you cannot actually take their pain from them and make it yours. I've tried. I tried this. Trust me, I have a background in this. And it doesn't work. It doesn't work that way. Yes, you can. You can take some of it from them. But you were not built to carry someone else's pain. That's their soul and their lessons, and they need to handle that themselves. You're not helping them by doing that. Okay? Because if they can't learn their lesson, they can't move forward. That's what you have to understand. I didn't get that for so long. I was like, but if I'm helping them and I'm taking their pain, they'll be farther along. And I was shown, no, not really. That pain is there for them to learn. And if their soul doesn't learn the lesson, they don't grow and they don't move forward. They stay stuck. So you're actually hurting them by taking their pain. And you were created to just take your own stuff, not anybody else's stuff. That's not your job, right? Okay, so let's do a little channeling here. I'd like you to take a deep breath in and focus on your heart. And when you take a deep breath in, I just want you to focus on a beautiful heart and your heart expanding as big as it can get out into the stratosphere. So take a little deep breath. Focus on your heart. And I invite all of the ancestors in for all the life path number twos. What would you like to say to the ones that are here, that are listening? First and foremost, we're saying one thing at a time. You guys are rushing like crazy. One thing at a time, you guys. One thing at a time. Okay, you guys have ancestors with a background in, I don't want to say witch is the wrong word. The occult, maybe. And so probably you're like me, and all your life you strayed away from it because those were where your gifts were. And you said, oh no, I'm not going down that road, because you were told that was evil and bad. But what you do have are the gifts that come from that. So you don't have to do anything dark or bad or anything like that, because I don't do that. I'm a child of the light. I am a child of God, right? I am highly protected in what I do. it took me a long time to understand the difference between the two, because there is stuff that you should never fool with. But I am all just a product of God. I tune into the archangels, I tune into him. I'm listening to what he has to say for the planet and for you. And so he's saying, don't be scared of your gifts and don't be scared of who you are. And I know some of you are saying, well, how can I move forward if I'm taking on people's thoughts and pain? How can I even think about doing anything more if I'm already taking on this stuff? And he's saying, well, you're not supposed to take on their pain, first of all. So you got to stop doing that. That's number one. So many of you can't even take a deep breath in. You have so much energy in you, like stuck energy from other people that you've taken and you have not left it, you have not let it go. And this is why you have the throat chakra thing and the heart chakra are blocked. Your third eye is not open. I can just tell already. But it's especially around your throat chakra and your heart chakra where you feel like you can't express who you are because you don't feel safe. And you don't feel safe because your whole life you've been told you were different. And nobody liked that because it's kind of like showing your light to somebody who doesn't have a light. And they're like, what do you have there? What the hell is that? So you then kind of dim yourself. And spirit is saying, don't do that. Don't do that for anybody. You need to shine your light. We are a collective right now. I can't do this by myself. I need you guys to help me. Right? And it's a win-win-win. I help you shine your light. You help someone else shine their light. And then we all shine together and the earth gets better. We raise the vibration. Good stuff starts happening. Some of you are not spending any time at all alone to focus on yourselves and to regenerate. And you need to do that. That should be part of your daily plan. Just like you have rituals in the morning, hopefully, or rituals at some time to get you going with some affirmations. You might read the Bible, or you might look at something that lifts you up, or listen to music, whatever it is. If you're not spending time alone and lifting yourself up, you're going to be overloaded. Some of you are so overloaded, I can just feel it from here. It's insane how much you guys are carrying. I don't even know how you're doing it. You need to let that stuff go. How do you let it go? You just drop it. Drop it. Literally just say, listen, I am going to drop now whatever is not mine to carry. Angels, please help me. Take away any thoughts, any actions, any energetic connections that are not for my highest and best good and that are not mine that I need to drop. I ask that you would help me drop them, and Archangel Michael cut them away. And that is it, and it's done. So simple. We as humans overcomplicate things. As the sensitive ones, we overcomplicate things too much in our minds. We go over things many, many times, and then it gets distorted. We think it's super hard. Nobody can do it. It's crazy. It's not that hard. A lot of you are also in a codependent relationship. Not necessarily always a bad thing, because if you have somebody to balance you out, that's a good thing. But what Spirit's pointing out is that it's a bad thing if you're taking on all their stuff too. You need to only carry your own stuff. You have to get to that point where you say, I only can do my own thing here. I can't carry your stuff anymore. That's for you to figure out. Your heart can carry a lot. But the better way, Spirit is saying, for you to work would be to not use your judgment or attach emotions to what you're feeling. Meaning, if you feel someone else's pain, don't take it in yourself. Just observe it and then just let it go. Don't attach your emotions to that and then hold it, right? Because that's where stuck energy comes in. And that's when I see people, I literally can see in your body stuck energy in certain places, right? It's like dark masses. And I have to pull that out because it keeps you like you can't take a deep breath even. You can't expand because you're just stuck. You know, there's only so much in your container that you can hold. So that's why it's important to sage. That's why it's important to use, Palo Santo. It's important to smudge yourself and clear your room, right? You don't have to go crazy, do it every other day. It's not necessary. But do your doorways, do your windows, do where you work. And do yourself, around your head and around your hands and things like that, just so that you have a clear container, because you are a sensitive person and you're taking on energy. Saying that some of you are caught up in the rigmarole that I was in, which is on that treadmill of I'm doing what I don't want to do to make a living 9 to 5, but I hate it every second because I'm not using my gifts and I hate what I'm doing. And I get that because I did that for so long. I did that for decades. And here's what I'll tell you. There's always a lesson to be learned. So don't think that you're going through something for nothing, because it doesn't work that way. If you have the drive to be an entrepreneur or start your own business or work with someone else in their business, know that what you're doing right now, even if you don't like it, there's a reason that you're there. There's something for you to learn. And Spirit is asking you to really open up your mind, open up your eyes, open up your ears. She's saying you're going to hear something. You're going to learn something new. And then when it's time to go, you'll know. You'll get a nudge. It's time for you to go. You learned everything you could here. It's time for you to move on. Saying a lot of you are like the babies, baby birds, and they need the mother, and you kind of need where you are right now. But there are others of you that have been in too long, and it's time for you to go. You can fly. You're big enough now. And you're holding back because you're saying to yourself, I can't, I can't, I can't. And Spirit's saying, you can, you can, you can. Yes, it might be scary. Yes, you might be wobbly at first. Yes, you're not going to look good doing it at first. It's going to be sucky. But you know what? That's just the beginning. And you do it all the time. You get better and stronger. And then it becomes like nothing. It's like no big deal. Saying practice, practice, practice. Practice loving yourself. Practice releasing what is not yours. You were not made to carry that. Your soul knows the way. Listen to your soul. Listen to your heart. Stay connected to your heart. Some of you are disconnected to your heart, and you're not because you don't want to hear anything, because you're overloaded with so much stuff. Does that make sense? You have so much stuff that you're working with that you're like, I don't want to feel anything. So I'm just shutting down. But you're not a computer. Spirit's saying you're not a computer. So you can shut down for a little while, but no, that stuff's not going anywhere until you actually decide to get rid of it. Let's see what the animal cards have for you, because you got a bunch. 4, 5, 6. You got 6. Wow. Okay. The first one was Ant Spirit. Time to collaborate. You know how ants always work together? It's so funny. Like they'll get a piece of like food or something, and then they work together. One takes the front, one takes the back, and then they just start going along. Ants are very industrious. Time to collaborate. Saying, Spirit is saying, don't feel as though you need to do everything yourself. There are people out there that you can work with. Now, this is not for every one of you. This is just for some of you. Some of you need to work alone, right? But others of you, you're able to work with others, collaborate with others, and it would be a good thing. Somebody who's your opposite could balance you perfectly. But really think and pray on this and ask the question, should I work alone or should I work with someone else? It's a big deal. Then you got Spider Spirit, make your dreams real. You know how spiders create webs? It's insane. This is a black widow spider. They're scary as hell, let me tell you. Moving here to the south, I never saw one in the east, up, where I lived. It was too cold anyways. Here down in the south, those things are black with red on them. They scare you. Make your dreams real. By tuning in and listening to my voice, your dreams will become real, realer than they ever have before. Dearest, please Do not take on so much that is not yours to handle or to hold. Let it go. Your dreams can be made real, but you must believe in them first. And some of you are so into your own, you're in your own way. There's no other way for me to say it. You're in your own way. You're like, I want to be this. Okay. What are the steps to get there? Well, nobody's going to listen to me. I don't know how to do it. I don't have enough money. The how is what you have to let go of. All you need to do is take one step towards it every day. Again, keep it simple. Don't overcomplicate things. That spirit, a rebirth is assured. So once you do that, you will have a rebirth. It'll be like Julie 2.0, right? Or your name 2.0. The 2.0 that's you will have different perceptions because your knowledge will be so much more vast. Your experiences will be so much richer. For some of you, this rebirth is here. It's imminent. You're at the door of it. It's not far away. It's actually here. It's right here in front of you. But you have to choose to open the door to it because you have free will. You don't have to do this. But if you want to change your life in a more positive way, you must walk through the door. Spirit is saying for every time you level up, I'm going to ask something more of you. And it's going to be something that you don't want to give. It could be money. It could be time. It could be putting yourself in front of a camera. You're not going to want to do it. I fought for 2 years. But don't fight spirit, because spirit always wins anyways. Stupid to do that. Armadillo spirit, set healthy boundaries. This is perfect for you. As an empathic person, an HSP, someone who's very serious, very spongy, if you will, your lack of boundaries has hurt you more than you know. And I know because I'm one of those people. We are people pleasers. We want to help everybody. We don't see the line between giving too much. There's nothing that means too much to us. But when you set healthy boundaries, you teach people how to treat you. And you're protecting yourself. And you're saying, no, no. You got to stay back there for right now until I'm ready for you. There's nothing wrong with that. In fact, Spirit's saying you need to do that. The more you do it, the better off you'll be. Because you can't have people walking all in your space all the time. And that's what's happening. Starfish spirit, open it to infinite possibility. It's a beautiful starfish in the sand, it looks like it's at the beach. Open it to infinite possibilities. You guys have so much potential, but you sometimes only see one way of doing things. And Spirit's saying, let me help you. Let me give you what I've got. Just trust me. Again, as I've been telling all the other life path numbers I've been getting for the last couple of weeks, it's, do you want to go down the road for faith or fear? All right, guys. And last but not least, we got Chameleon Spirit. And Chameleon Spirit says, act as if. Act as if you want to get to your next level, you have to act as if you're already there. I always tell this story about Conor McGregor, and I was watching a special on him on Netflix, and it showed him when he was back before he was famous, and he was in a small apartment with his girlfriend, and it was tiny, and I don't think they had any money at all. And every day he would go in and train with everybody there, the best of the best. He'd like try to take on everybody. Every time he was training, he was number one, showed up all the time. And even if they didn't have the right equipment, they say he just trained like an animal, like he was always there. And they asked him, what do you want out of life? And he said 3 things. He wanted more money than he could ever spend. He wanted a different car for every day of the week. And he wanted to be the number 1 fighter in the world. And he said, I am going to be the number one fighter. I am the number one fighter in the world. Now, this all while he's in this tiny, crappy apartment, and he even gotten a letter from the Ireland government saying you owed us money. And he opened it. He goes, "Yep, they want some money. Take it. Get in line. Take a number," and he throws it away. But it was the fact that he was that person with that mindset. I am the best fighter in the world, before he really was, right? And that's the way you manifest something. You have to be that person before you're actually that person, if that makes sense. Meaning you have to be that person and act that way and know and know in your bones that this is who you are, right? And this is what you can do, and this is what you want, and I already am this person. It may not be showing up in my reality right now, but I'm telling you, I'm that person. I am a great spiritual leader. People wait for me for months to see me. People book up all the time. I don't have any free time because I'm just so busy, and I love what I do. I get on private planes. I go to Dubai. I help horses. I help humans. I bring them together. It's amazing. I love what I do. I help people and I help animals. And I go everywhere and I do retreats that are sold out. Everything I do, everything, it's all sold out. And I am like Conor McGregor. I want to earn millions of dollars. I want so much money I can't spend it. I want a different car every day of the week as well. And I want to be known as one of the best spiritual healers out there. Highly sought after. You have to be that person, even when it's not showing up in your reality right now in your outside world. But inside, this is who you are. Because what happens is when you are this way on the inside, the outside begins to match the inside. It doesn't work the other way around. Just a little manifesting tip there. You got 3 cards from the Work Your Light for Oracle cards, which I was just starting to use. And the first one says protection. Call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. What? I can't make this up. Okay, call back your power, cut the cords, soul retrieval. Some of you, as I mentioned, are people pleasers. I am a reformed people pleaser. I'm still working on it. And some of you, what this means is you are giving and giving and giving, and you may also have energy vampires around you who just take and take and take and give you nothing back. They take from you and then they leave. Also, as you shine your light, I'm being told the more you shine your light, the more people will see it. Good people and not so nice people. Okay? Take back your power. Call back your power. How do you do that? I do that by calling back all my power from all my past lives to this life and to my highest self. I call it all back to me. I claim it all right now, and it's in my power. I have it right now within me. That's what I say. And that's what you should do. This card alone tells me you need protection. You need to be grounded, right? And you need to start protecting your light. Second one says inner temple. I threw out my glasses on. I hate it. Devotion. Tune into the portal of your heart, your inner temple. What did I say to you? I said that your heart and your heart chakra and your throat chakra are connected, but you can't speak that well and it's hurting your heart. I think people have been telling you for so long to dim down yourself, to dim your shine, and you've done it without question for so long to make other people happy, and it's hurt you to do that. I know it has, because it's hurt me when I do it, and not to do that anymore. Your inner temple is your heart, your throat, what you speak about yourself, your third eye, how you see the world spiritually, and they're all connected. Tune into the portal of your heart. Put your phone down and concentrate on your heart. And if you need rituals to do so, let me know. Let me know. Leave me a comment and I'll help you. The last one is trust the niggle. What is niggling you? What niggling feeling is trying to tell you? What do you have that's trying to tell you something? Like I was telling you, this thing that I'm doing now, it took me 2 years. And God doesn't really speak harshly unless he's mad, but Usually it's a very small voice, like, Julie, do this. Julie, do that. And I'll be like, what? Over here, do this. What's been on your mind that you can't get rid of? That's an indication of what you're supposed to be doing. And if it's been hanging on for more than like 6 months or a year and it's still there, that's a definite sign you need to start paying attention to. And sometimes if you're like me, I need things to hit me over the head like 4 times before I finally get it, just because my mind is going all the time. And you're probably the same way. You're thinking of so much stuff because we're sensitive. You're taking in so much stimuli, right? It's not like for other people. When we go to a party, right, with everybody around, most people just go to a party and they feel good and they just have fun. For us, it can be a nightmare because we're going in and feeling everybody's shit, whether they've had a good day, a bad day, they're getting a divorce, they got to fire somebody, whatever it is. And we feel it all. If you're not going to a place to get rid of that stuff and to balance yourself out, and or you have a Zen place where you can go, right, then you're going to still be carrying all that. And you're not going to be hearing the intuition that's being given to you. Or you're going to hear it, you're going to ignore it. And remember that your intuition is spirit or your higher self or your archangels telling you something for your own good. All right, guys, I hope this helped you. So you guys are life path number 2. You guys are amazing. And please so tomorrow I'll be picking out, whenever you see this, I will be picking out the winner tomorrow or Saturday, maybe Saturday, to be for 30 minutes with me for a mini reading. And of course, at no cost. So it's just my way of saying thank you for listening to my videos and for subscribing. So what you need to do is you need to like and comment on this video. And you also need to bring someone else to the channel and have them comment and like and subscribe. And you'll be entered in, and I will pick one person probably Saturday. Okay, guys, thanks so much. Take care. Talk to you soon.